What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of the Bad Decisions podcast.
We come back to you every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where we give you the latest and the hottest in the world of tech, whether that's 3D or AI, in the world of art and creativity, and in the world of business. Everything all at once in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Farhad, we have even more stuff to talk about today.
We have shit ton of stuff to talk about today. So what are we covering?
So we have Unity's new announcement about AI. We've got a new acquirement by Unreal Engine, which is also related to motion capture and AI. We've got Blender and OpenClaw. We've got CyberCab that we're going to talk about. We've got Chinese robots, a new AI documentary that is being released, Apple's new rumoured products, and more.
Okay, so let's go. Let's get into it. First thing, and the most important topic that we're going to cover today, which is, I think, very exciting for anybody who's a 3D artist, is that Unity announced they're going to launch AI in their platform. So in one of the recent earning calls, the CEO, Matthew Bromberg, I hope I'm not butchering the name, he said the company is preparing to unveil a new Unity AI at GDC. GDC is one of the biggest gaming convention that usually happens around March every year. He mentioned that AI is their second major area of focus for 2026. He also added at GDC, they're gonna enable developers to prompt full casual games into existence with natural language only.
So what does this mean? This means that they're going to be focusing on no-code AI tools that enables people who do not have coding skills to be able to come and create their own games. We're talking about illustrators who work in 2D paintings and 2D art. We're talking about ourselves, 3D artists who do not have coding knowledge, to be able to make their own experiences in games, which is such an incredible thing when you think about the democratization of game creation. And this is such an amazing news, and I found it here first with the Japanese post, and
Since
I had
Faraz
to.
knows how to speak Japanese, so he
I
read
use
the
Grok.
whole post.
I use Grok. Grok is fucking amazing for this, by the way, just to auto-translate all the posts. So to figure out exactly what was happening, and Unity has already talked about AI features before. It's not the first time that we're hearing them talk about AI. However, it's the first time that we know they're going full force on it and that they're going to be releasing some really cool features and announcing them in the upcoming events. I believe you said it was GDC.
So basically, everybody can go from prototype to finished product using these new features.
Yes.
So as a 2D artist like Faraz mentioned, or someone who doesn't know game mechanics, you can get into Unity. You can have a prototype, and then using their AI model, you can generate your game, which is crazy.
And I love that because of a couple of reasons. One, we ourselves have been enabled to create games only because Unreal Engine's UEFN was announced.
The Fortnite editor.
Because Tim Sweeney and the team behind Epic Games decided to release UEFN, which is an Unreal Engine version that is created specifically for Fortnite, which it avoids using a lot of coding that is traditionally associated with gaming. Instead, you can just use the same tools you use to create films, but instead you're making games because all of the assets are pre-made for you. The connections, the templates, the blueprints, they make it so much easier so that even if you do not have a coding background, even if you do not know Verse, which is their own coding language, you can still go ahead and create your own games, which is why Fortnite has been incredibly popular because creators, gamers can go ahead and create their own experiences. For instance, when Suicide Squad? Not Suicide Squad. Squid Games, sorry.
Oh.
When Squid Games was released, you had so many custom games by creators because at the end of the day, you love or hate what developers release. Sometimes the games are good, sometimes they're not. But when you leave it to the people, to the consumers to make the games, they will make so many variations, so many iterations. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of people who can now create that ultimately you'll have all the options in the world to choose from. And that's why Fortnite has been able to sustain their ecosystem for such a long time. We ourselves created our own Fortnite games.
We have created Fortnite maps for our clients even.
Exactly.
So it's and marketing for brands, because there is a huge demographic of children, of young people inside Fortnite. So we will have NBA teams doing.
Sorry, when you said children, I was thinking pedophile.
Why? Children play Fortnite. Fortnite, Roblox, they play it.
I don't know.
Dirty thoughts.
But I agree with you. I mean, we talked about Fortnite marketing before a lot privately, but for anybody that does not know about this, because of Fortnite's massive audience, a lot of brands have worked directly with creators to create their own specific experiences that are branded. So when we were doing research, some of the top brands in the world have gone in and worked with developers and creators. Nike, I believe NFL and all that have been
a lot of car companies, BMW, Honda, Nissan, they all went to Fortnite.
Exactly, because as you mentioned, if you want to target a specific children and teenagers, you have to go to Fortnite, right? So let's bring it back to why this is interesting. So yeah, that's Nike's map in Unreal Engine. Why is this interesting? What does it even mean for the future? If Unity is saying, hey, we're not just looking into asset creation or texture creation or material creation, we're actually looking at entire game generations. We're trying to democratize this to everyone. And why this is super cool is because I gave it a lot of thought before the episode. And I thought about Roblox. So let's go to Roblox. If Pratt, you can pull it up. Roblox has been doing this for a while now as well. The idea of using their foundation model to allow people, kids, teenagers, adults, whoever's playing the game, to be able to spin up assets like a red Lamborghini car or a huge rocket. And that allows them to create their game super quickly, ensuring that people have no barrier when they want to create their experiences. So this is a video published by them, and they use a variety of models, by the way. They use some of the open source models, some of their own models, depending on what you're using it for. But it allows people to create really quickly, which means if Roblox is adopting it, Unity is going to adopt it, and Unreal Engine is going to adopt it.
I think that's the most interesting part about all these news. We finally see all these big 3D softwares and game engine are incorporating AI within their workflow. And as Faraz mentioned, it's not only for texture creation or 3D model creation, it's for logic too, it's for game mechanics, it's for other features. And that would enable all the artists who are working in these softwares to be able to create more, create better, with higher quality and in less amount of time.
You hit the spot. Pratt, pull up our own YouTube video. This is one of our recent videos where we created a tutorial on how to remake scenes from the movie Dune. And if you go to our blueprints, just go to the entire material setup that we have over here. Farad, you nailed the spot when you talked about game mechanics and asset creation, right? So when you look at, Pratt, you can find the full version because we've got, I think we got so many different nodes there. All of these nodes, for people who haven't watched the video, are just for the material. So for the sand dunes that you see, for the look of the sands and the texture and the roughness and their variations, we needed dozens of nodes to create that texture. Now, you have to imagine creating that entire setup for ourselves took a really long time. And it wasn't creative work, by the way. It felt like a hindrance to our work because it prevented us from moving forward with how we wanted to create the scene. We could have probably created 5 more shots in the same time if we had our materials done, say, using natural language. If I could explain to the software, Unreal Engine, and be like, hey, I'm trying to create a sand material that looks like the film Dune. I want these specific variations. And I could even give it images of the kind of sand that I want from Dubai or Abu Dhabi when I went out and say, use these photos to create my material. And then that would save me hours, days, weeks, and would allow me to create my short film or my game experience much quicker. And there was another topic that I talked to you that relates directly to this, which was insane. There was a speech of Elon Musk, and he was talking about coding. And he was saying how software engineering, right? Very simply put, there is the high-level language and low-level language. Low-level language is the binary, the zeros and ones that the computer uses. And we invented the high-level language, which is your C++ and your Python, to be able to communicate with the computer. So a language that humans can easily understand to communicate. Now, there are some humans who actually know how to code with binary language. Someone actually made, I think,
Really?
a pinball game with purely, or not pinball, it must have been some other game, with just binary language, which is difficult, super difficult. But most humans learn high-level language to be able to communicate with the computers. So if you think about it, what Elon was saying was this layer was technically unnecessary. If the computers can understand us and be able to communicate with themselves through binary language and just understand natural language, not only do we speed up our communication, it becomes unnecessary to have a high-level language. Therefore, why we're seeing all of the Claude code, GPT Codex 5.3, and all the top software engineers in the world using these models to be able to create softwares and build quicker and be able to review them instead of having to code 3,000 lines. So it helps them build their products quicker. And I think we're going to see something very similar here in our world of artistry. For people who were going to create this Dune scene for a film or a game, they're trying to get the Dune scene to look as perfect as possible and trying to iterate on it as many times as possible and be able to create as many shots as possible so that they can fit their timeline. And for someone like myself, when I was remaking this scene, if I could do something to create the notes quicker, or didn't have to create the notes and I could describe the notes and say, this is the kind of sand I want. Can you make the notes for me? And then I could go back to my composition and have full control over where I want to be in the scene. I could place my ornithopter to the right, to the left. I can change the lighting. I'll have so much more time on the parts that allow me to be creative. And I think that's such an interesting and optimistic approach to look at all of this, because I know times can be hard. You know, sometimes you can look at this and be pessimistic. You're like, what the fuck? It's automating parts of my workflow. But technically speaking, if I had what we have with coding now here, I would have been able to make so much more with the Dune remakes.
I think it comes back to the decisions that you make in your creative process. Which parts you want to use AI or any other tool that helps you automate that workflow, which parts you want to do it yourself. For you, I know you like to do lighting, camera work yourself, and you will give all these nodes to the language model to create it for you. Yeah. For someone else, it might be the exact opposite. They don't want to light their scenes. They don't want to move their camera. They love the nodes and they want to stay there.
Yes.
So I would say it would give us a lot of freedom to choose what tasks we want to work on and what tasks we want to automate.
But you know, okay, we work on Higgsfield and Weavy and all these different platforms to create images and videos. And all this while I've been thinking, the only challenge I have on these platforms is I do not have control.
The 3D control.
I do not have 3D control. I create a scene from a drone view and drone angle. And if I want to go all the way down, I have to somehow use text to describe to it where I want to be in the scene. And it's almost impossible. And then I do not have minute control over every single aspect of the scene. But imagine if what we just showed you becomes a reality where within Unreal Engine, a 3D software, where you have access to customize everything and anything already, you get the functionality to create your sprite sheets. You get the functionality to automate your rigging. So you can easily go through the complex setups that were not required. Again, they are made just so we can make the rig and the character move. But if the AI can do that part for you, you can straight away get to animating your character to be able to create your short film. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It can be in game development, it can be in commercials, it can be in any industry.
Exactly.
So you can just prompt it and get exactly what you need.
Well, yes, pretty much. Yeah. So that's the Unreal Engine news that I'm super excited about. Unity news. We have an Unreal Engine news coming up right next.
This came just 5 minutes before we go live. So this is fresh out of the oven.
Meshcapade is now part of Epic Games. For anybody that has not used Meshcapade, Meshcapade is an AI for motion capture tool. Technically, you can upload a video of yourself acting out a performance, and it will turn that video into motion capture data that you can then export to different 3D software and apply to your characters. Now, if you've been around in the 3D scene, you've heard of many different motion capture tools. We've used Move AI, we've used Flow Studio, we've used Meshcapade, and other tools.
There was another one called Cartwheel?
Yes, and there's even more. Meshcapade is one of the best ones, and we've tried them before. We haven't used them in any of our full productions yet, but for pre-production, we've tested almost all of these tools, and we've made videos about them on Instagram. Now, Epic Games acquiring Meshcapade, that means they know where all of this is moving. They have seen the ripple effect of how the old way of doing motion capture doesn't work with a lot of the indie artists or solo freelancers.
It's so expensive.
Even for companies.
It's so expensive if you want to do it.
Exactly. And AI motion capture is incrementally becoming better, because as AI models get smarter, as compute gets better, naturally, the same exact video that you uploaded a year ago to these models will have a completely different output than what you upload today. And we've experienced the difference as well. We were there since the beginning of Move AI.
Oh my God, yes.
If you remember.
We even, before that, we had the Rococo suit.
Yes.
That it would take us like half an hour to put it on and then test it. Then we tested every single version of this system, and they keep getting better.
Yes.
And they keep getting easier to use.
But do you see what's coming? So metahumans, right? Incredibly photorealistic characters inside Unreal Engine. Super easy to make. We literally have a tutorial on how you can make them. And you can use them for your video games. You can use them in Fortnite. You can use them for live visuals for DJs. Now, imagine Meshcapade inside Unreal Engine. So you just hook up your camera, and your webcam, and you're acting out your scene, and it's translated into your metahuman. And then for your scene, you can go ahead and prompt out and say, okay, these are the assets I have from Quixel, these specific trees. These are the specific sand materials that I want. I'm not even getting them from Google. I'm getting them from the Fab Store inside Unreal Engine Epic Games. I want you to go ahead and create a landscape, a mountainous landscape for me. Place these trees randomly on top of the mountain. And I want you to place these materials at the bottom and put this character, and I'm going to act out my scene.
I think that would be a super cool update. And I believe we have Unreal Fest coming in the next few months. We are going to have, if Unity announced something about AI, we are going to have some announcement about AI in Unreal Engine. If this goes the same way as they acquired Sketchfab, which after that we had the Fab Marketplace and we had all the assets within, just like Farah said, probably we're going to have Meshcapade inside Unreal Engine, probably 5.8 or 5.9.
I think so. Congratulations to Michael Black. Michael Black is the chief scientist at Meshcapade. So we literally just read the news. Congratulations.
Since we are on the topic of AI, I saw a tweet today, AI for 3D softwares. I saw someone hooked up OpenClaw with Blender and started creating a scene. Pratt, can we pull that up? Yes. So basically, for those of you who don't know, OpenClaw is a open source AI agent that you can talk to through Discord, Telegram, or any messaging app, and it can do certain tasks for you. And in this video, he was demonstrating how he hooked it up to Blender, and he was talking to his, I think is it Discord or Telegram? I think it's on his Discord, and it's asking it to creating a scene, adding trees, adding cubes. Even he asked to create a Mac Studio. Again, the output looks quite ugly. Probably there is no point creating this, but it will show what these technologies are capable to do in the future. So you can basically just talk to them and they will start creating. And if these technologies start appearing in our 3D softwares, I think that's where we can have the most amount of control.
So what you can see here, he created, so I believe he actually bought the asset, the Mac Mini. He bought the asset and he said, my asset is in my download folder. I just want you to go ahead and bring it into the scene, add the color to it, which is red. And then I have a logo of OpenClaw, add that on top, and I'm going to use it on my website. So this is not going to replace Blender artists.
No,
don't think that it will. This is not going to replace artists. This is for this guy, for instance, Riley. He wants to create a website and he wants a 3D asset in there. So he knows how to use Blender, as in just download it. He doesn't know how to get around it. He just knows how to download it, get it running, and then he can talk to AI to have the 3D asset be created, colored, maybe slightly modified, added to his website. So it's giving exactly what we are capable of now as non-coders. We're able to create our own custom applications, but not to the extent of being able to launch them publicly, but in just the use case of our own studio. The same thing is now happening for this guy. So as someone who can code perhaps, you can then go ahead and use a little bit of Blender, a little bit of Unreal Engine for your own use cases, even if you didn't know how to use them. This is the advantage that AI is giving everyone, right? For artists to be coders and for coders to be
open
artists.
3D, but see, 3D is much more difficult. I would say.
So that's the thing.
To get something out of these software to be good looking, it will take a lot of effort.
I agree with that, and that's why I think it's not replacing anyone. It just is helping everyone to be able to achieve more than they could previously. That's why for me it's quite fascinating. And the reason why we decided to even open up today's show with these 3 different news is to show you that every single software that you're using today is looking at investing time into AI and how they can integrate it. Because whether you like what's happening in the world of AI or not, you have to understand that this technology is changing everyone's lives everywhere in the world. At different scales, of course, but it is changing everyone's lives. And if companies like Unity, Unreal Engine, and Blender don't look into AI, eventually some AI company can take them over. That's what always happens in an economy when companies decide not to adapt. And so I hope they do it the right way. Of course, I hope they navigate this the right way. But so far, it's looking really interesting. I think all of the things that we saw is going to help more people create. So we're going to keep you guys updated on exactly what kind of announcements are released at GDC for Unity, at Unreal Fest for Epic Games. And this one is not an official Blender thing, but just anything more with Blender, we're going to keep you guys updated. Farhad, shall we move on to the next one?
Let's go. Elon Musk just confirmed that Tesla will deliver a CyberCab to a customer for less than $30,000 by the end of 2026.
And that's because we had the first CyberCab off the production line at Giga Texas.
The car looks so freaking cool.
Brad, can you pull up the car? Go to the beginning of this. Okay.
Wow.
This,
Straight out of Cyberpunk.
no wheels, no pedals, nothing. You just have the LED screen in front of you and seats and a badass sci-fi looking car. This is straight up from Cyberpunk. Look at the wheels on the side. I mean, that's insane.
Definitely he got inspiration from Blade Runner and Star Wars and all those
I'm
films.
sure.
Like
I'm sure. Elon does that all the
200%,
time. Okay.
Yeah,
Why-
this is the actual video, by the way.
This is
Driving
not
in
an AI
Texas.
video.
Yeah, this is an actual video.
We verified it.
Yeah.
It's Bad Decisions verified.
Is it certified?
It is certified.
Bad decision verified.
Verified and
is
certified. You know why? I saw the reflection of the window at the bottom left. That
Bro,
shit.
AI can
no,
do
bro. No, not that.
Seed Dance
No.
3.0.
No, this is real. Wow.
But apparently it's real.
Not apparently. I'm telling you, it's Bad Decisions certified and verified.
Do you check it with Grok?
Okay, check it right now. You see beside the subscribe button, there's a Grok button. And just say, is this video real or AI generated?
Oh my God. Imagine it says AI.
This is real. I'm telling you, bro.
But seriously, yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it's real. Boom. Done. Fact checked with
Fact
Grok,
check
baby.
with Grok. Let's go.
Let's go back to the video. Why is this interesting and why is it fascinating? Guys, anybody who's been born before the year 2000, you know that when we read our books, when we watch our movies, whether it was Back to the Future or give me some
Bro,
Blade
you
Runner.
categorized yourself from before 2000. You're just 3 years before 2000.
You're not supposed to disclose that.
When we were reading, you sound
You're
like
not
my
supposed-
granddad.
By the way, do
When
you know there are people watching this who are born in 2007?
Pratt is 2003 over here.
But do you know there are some people 2007?
Bro, I was playing FIFA 2007.
So that's what I'm saying.
But you're not when we
okay,
were. That
I'm not
sounds
a
so
boomer.
old.
Thank
You're
you for
Gen Z.
verifying
Are
that.
You Gen Z?
You are a boomer. Whatever it
No,
is,
I'm not a
you
boomer.
are-
I'm millennial.
You are.
I'm a millennial.
Brad, how many times have you noticed Farhad is a boomer?
Pratt is a
every
boomer
time.
How many
himself.
times? How many times?
Never.
How many times?
A lot.
A lot.
Never.
There you go.
Producer, fired.
There were literally jokes that we said that Farhad had a complete poker face to because he belongs to the boomer age.
Millennial.
If you belong to the boomer age, you can comment Farhad, I love you. So that we know at least how
Bro,
many boomers are watching.
you just put yourself with the people before 2000?
1997.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
When we were
I'm,
really...
I'm in the perfect
But I
sweet
think
spot.
Back to the Future was
Perfect
way older
back
than
sweet
you.
spot.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future? No, there's many of
For
them.
1985.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
That's like 12 years, man. That's fine. Anyways, what I was trying to say was this is such a cool moment because for anybody who was born before the year 2000, you were looking forward to a day like this. We had it in our video games. We had it in our movies. We had it in our films. We had it in anime where we had cars that looked exactly like this that drove on their own and took people from a point A to a point B without any drivers. And it fucking happened today. Guys, the first production CyberCab was released and you can see it's working under the rain. And for anybody that thought without LiDAR you cannot do it, well, they did it.
Elon did it. And apparently there's a joke currently going on X that he delivered it earlier than expected because I think Marcus Brownlee, he said, I will shave my head if they are able to release
Let's
one
pull
of
up
this.
the video.
Yes.
But can you have it with the volume on?
Yeah, so what did he say?
Go back
That's
to,
just
go
no.
back to
The biggest red flag to me is the timeline stuff. That I mean, this is notorious Elon stuff. He gets on stage. He says, "We're going to have this vehicle out for $30,000 before 2027." No, they're not. There's just no way that they're actually going to be able to do that. I mean, if they do, let's say they do, I will shave my head on camera.
Okay, I think there are memes. Go to the
I'm
comments.
optimistic, but there's
Go to the comments. Go to the comments. I think there are photos of him with Grok. That
Yeah,
they
no,
make him
videos that Elon is shaving his head. Go down, you will
no.
find it.
Was it this one? Go to the actual post. Go to that.
Yeah, go
post.
to his own. Yeah.
Yeah, go to that post.
Click it.
Yeah.
Sawyer's post. Yeah. Shout out to Sawyer for the post, by the way. Go down, you'll find Elon shaving him. Go down. It's a video. There's a video of Elon shaving his head.
Oh yeah, is it this?
No. There's one with Elon
Can't
shaving
wait.
his head.
But
But it's
legend,
okay.
Legend. Another.
Wait, no.
No.
Before you even move on, guys, he said before 2027. It's early 2026, and Elon achieved it. I do agree with Marcus Brownlee. When you read Elon Musk's biography, there's been many times where he's known, notoriously, for saying that something will be released on a specific date, and it happens a lot later. But this time around,
He learned his lesson.
he did it. 2026, February, we've got the first CyberCab. First of all, I don't know what you guys think about this. I find it fucking amazing. I think it's absolutely cool. If you played games like Cyberpunk, if you watch movies like Back to the Future or any other futuristic movie, you'd be excited about a future where we have cars that have no wheels and pedals and they drive. And what's incredible is that the car only costs $30,000. This car looks like a car that should be at least 60 or 70 or 80, but it's only 30K, which means they managed to get the cost down super low. And anyone can buy them and use them for themselves as their driver. And you can probably, I'm assuming, give it away for use to other people
Rent
when
it
you
out.
are not using it. So imagine you only need the car every morning to go to school, right? Your dad buys you one, takes you to school, and takes you back.
Who's that buy them a CyberCab?
Bro, I guarantee you, you're going to have a lot of dads. Dude, do you know how many unhappy dads have to drive their kids to school in traffic?
We have one of them in our building.
We do have one of them in our building. Brad, every time we see him, he's
Every morning he's like,
bro,
I have
we're
to
asking
send
him,
the
how are
kids
you
to-"
doing? He points at his kid. He's like,
I will take him to school. I hope you're not watching this show.
I
I
doubt
hope
it.
you do.
I doubt it.
If you do,
we love you. Anyways, the point I wanted to make is this. It's very simple. A dad who's busy with work, busy with other kids, right? You got 3 or 4 kids perhaps. I don't know. No, think about it. No, seriously, this is very serious. How many parents have trouble sending their children to school because the times don't match with their own work? Many, right? Now you can safely send your kids to school using a CyberCab and send them back. Perfectly
bro,
timed.
you should apply for the PR of Tesla. You're doing
This is
good
just
work.
one example. No, perfectly timed. Think about it. Perfectly timed. And on top of that, when the kid goes to school, you can make money with that shit. You can make money. The CyberCab goes and
In
sends other
between.
kids to school. Bro,
Okay, there you go. Your business idea.
Dude,
Get
it's a
one.
genius idea.
Send every single kid in the neighborhood to school.
Dude, why do you guys are fucking proud? You're laughing too. Don't you guys think it's a genius idea? Wait, before anything, you can do that with your Tesla cars, not even the CyberCabs. Eventually, I don't know if it's rolled out yet or not, but you can use your own Tesla to act out as an Uber or something like that. You can.
You can, but I don't think you can have a
full
Tesla
self-driving.
without a driver now.
No, not now,
Yeah.
but eventually you can.
Yes.
So this is just following that same route, and it's more obvious because it is called the CyberCab. So think about it this way.
Bad decision. Cab
When this
services.
happens, just like Marcus Brownlee being coded from 2024, you guys can freaking pull this clip back up and thank me when you see dads making money.
I thought you were gonna
sending
say you're
their
gonna
children.
shave your head.
No,
you just
because
said
it's gonna
Marcus-
happen.
If
I
it
know it's
didn't
gonna
happen,
I'll shave my head.
you will shave your head. Okay,
my head.
I'm gonna shave my head on something else. He mentioned
Why do we have to
Kenny-
shave our head?
Because we have long hairs.
Okay.
And I think it would be actually
People are-
Marcus Brownlee, even if he shaved his head, it's not gonna be
There's
that
no
much
difference.
difference, right?
It's not that
Yeah.
long. It's gonna take like.
But another
2 months for it to
interesting
grow
factor,
back.
he said we can achieve 5-second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-second production cycle. I really cannot comprehend
wait,
this concept.
Can
Wait
you,
a minute.
Can you say that in one line again for people to understand?
It's designed obviously for a purely autonomous world, but also the manufacturing system is unlike any other car. The manufacturing system of the CyberCab, it's closer to a high-volume consumer electronics device than it is a car manufacturing line. So the net result is that I think we should be able to achieve, I think ultimately less than a 10-second cycle time, basically a unit every 10 seconds. Maybe ultimately take a few years to get there, but it's theoretically possible to get to a 5-second
5 seconds. 5
Guys,
seconds.
let me tell you
5
something.
seconds to
It
make
takes-
a
no, no, no,
unit
no.
of Tesla CyberCab.
No, I wanna tell you something.
I want it to make sense. 5 seconds to make a single unit of a CyberCab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One car.
Bro, it will take Faraz more than 5 minutes to tie his shoes.
That's
figure.
actually false.
Let's
But
figure.
dude, do you understand how
That's
crazy that is?
Crazy automation and crazy process. They should really optimize the entire factory. It's truly remarkable.
What do you mean they should optimize it? They
Because-
are optimizing it.
But currently, it's not 5 seconds. They should
No, I mean,
optimize a
they-
shitloads of processes to get to 5
To
seconds.
get to 5 seconds, he said theoretically. In this one, he didn't say factually we're gonna get there. He said theoretically we can.
Guys, even if they do it in 5 minutes, I'm happy actually. Like it's.
But
it's
you
a
did
car.
search right before this. You said what is the traditional
There-
speed at which you can build a single
need
unit of
to
a
do-
car, and it's 60 seconds.
Yeah, traditionally.
What's the
it's-
fastest?
Let's grok it.
I'm gonna
Pratt,
grok
can
it.
you grok it right there?
What is the fastest production cycle of a car unit? Yes,
Imagine say
Let's
like
see.
1 week.
because I'm sure it's fast, but not 5 or 10 seconds. Giga
40
Shanghai. Oh,
seconds.
Giga Shanghai. So it's themselves.
They are doing it in 39 seconds. I really don't understand. So I
40
think it's
seconds.
39 seconds to assemble
Yeah,
everything.
to assemble everything, not
Yeah.
to build the parts, to
course.
assemble them, bro. What the fuck?
Harry Potter wouldn't be able to do that.
Wait, why your grok is so fast? Oh, you're on auto mode. Mine is on expert mode. Okay, the fastest reported production cycle time for assembling a car unit on an assembly line is 46 seconds at GAC Yichang Smart Factory in China. How come yours is saying they did 39 seconds in Giga Shanghai?
His grok is better.
Oh, no, with 95% automation.
Yeah.
I think that's why. Mine is probably purely automated.
Guys, but if we
But
can
imagine
get,
all of this power is 39, 45 to 10 seconds.
that's a lot. That's like 1/4,
That's a huge jump.
25%. That's crazy. But congratulations to Tesla and Elon Musk for the great work that they did. Super excited to see. I'm really happy because we're going to see CyberCabs in Dubai very, very fast. I know Dubai government want to have them immediately as soon as they're launched.
Just the entire UAE
Yeah.
is so for technology and innovation. So I'm sure we're gonna see them. I'm gonna get one.
CyberCab?
Yeah.
Let's get Cybertruck
We'll make
first.
it cooler. We'll call it Cyber Bad.
Cyber bad. That's good.
What do you say?
Let's start with Cybertruck though.
That sounds pretty.
But
Okay.
since we are on the topic
And
of
and when we get one, we're gonna do one of the shows in the CyberCab.
bad, since we are on the topic of manufacturing and robotics and cars, did you see the Chinese robot
I
featured
did.
today?
I did.
Brad, can
I
we
did.
put it up? This was one of the craziest things that we've seen today. For those of you who don't know, we are around the dates of Chinese New Year.
You can mute it.
Yeah. So we are around
Bro.
Chinese New Year, and this was a performance that these humanoids robot were doing it.
Bro, they're
during the
doing
ceremony.
fucking backflips. They're doing capoeira moves. Exactly like the kids. It's like Karate Kid and Kung Fu Kid and all those kids. You got human kids and humanoid kids.
What do you mean human kids?
Human kids.
Humans.
Human kids.
Humans
And
or
they're
kids?
they're using fucking nunchucks. Bro, oh my god.
I
Dude,
always thought robots
Brad.
would be muscular, like
Arnold
Arnold, like
Schwarzenegger.
Terminator.
No.
Like
No,
this
no.
flexible Chinese robot doesn't make sense. Oh,
Farah.
this is the final boss.
Final
This is the final boss. Oh, look. But they should start beating each other. I think
Bro,
that would be more
do you
interesting.
think you can beat any of the kids?
All of them.
I think they can beat
Every
you
single
easily.
one of them.
Easily.
If you don't know, I have black belt.
That robot and the kids can
I
both
have
beat your
black
ass.
belt.
Bro,
I have
and they're
black-
using...
This is Wushu, right? I remember we had this sword. when we
Yeah,
were
and you
teaching.
couldn't even do one of the moves after one whole
Oh,
year.
they're practicing together.
The fuck?
This will send Boston Dynamics robot into the
Robot?
robot
Boston Dynamic robot.
into the beast.
Brad, can we keep all of these fuck ups in like a a
separate
bloopers,
folder.
bloopers section? Robots.
Wow. I think there was another video too, right? Yeah. So this is the
guys.
difference.
This is last year, 2025. At the bottom, the robots in the show in China, and at the top you're looking at 2026. In 2025, all they could do is just fucking flip their hands about. Look at that. That's all they could do. And in 1 year,
wow.
look,
Ooh.
they're making platform jumps and landing.
But but one more thing that is super important. This is definitely programmed.
Of course,
So
it's
they are not
programmed.
autonomous. I want to see them in a real battle
No,
against me.
But okay,
Let's see how much they can program themselves.
They will beat your ass.
No way.
hands down.
I'm
I will
smarter.
shave my head if they can't.
Oh, you're bald
I'll be
already
bald
from the
twice.
previous band.
Bro, okay, I don't give a damn if they are programmed or they're not. What matters is their ability to be so mobile, so quick, without making fuck ups. Sure, they might
Faraz
have
is jealous
done.
of their mobility, I think.
Of course, dude. Tell me any human being you know personally that can do those moves. You don't.
Prat ka Meshcapade. Can you, Prat?
You think I can?
Okay, I just want to say something, okay? When you look at this technology and how fast it's growing, you know that we're going to see these robots on the street very soon. I mean, the reason why we couldn't, right, if you look at any of the Boston Dynamics videos, is that they usually had one robot being demoed, and it was a very controlled area. But this is sort of, I imagine it's a live show. I imagine there's an audience. They had to do so many practice rounds. Of course it's programmed, but look at how many robots there are. And the fact that they're doing a co-op show with humans and it's choreographed
really
together.
Impressive. It's really impressive.
Their mobility is unlike anything I've ever seen before. And this is 2026. We compared it to 2025. Just imagine 2027,
By the way,
2028.
these are much better than what was the robot's name that Tesla was developing?
Optimus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Optimus looks really rigid.
You know what's funny?
Look
We
at
did
these.
see these robots here in
the convention in Gitex. Yes.
Yes.
But they weren't as
mobile
as
Yeah,
this.
they were
But
walking.
Really impressive. Really impressive. They're
Well
getting
done,
a lot
China.
of traction.
Well done.
Well done, China.
Please don't bring the final boss here. Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Next, we have an AI documentary which is going to be released in March, directed by Charlie Tyrell and Oscar-winning Daniel Roher. So this was really interesting to watch because they titled it as the most urgent film of our time. It starts very pessimistic, the trailer, but of course they have all these CEOs and founder. They have Demis from DeepMind. They have Sam Altman. They are talking to, who else is there? I think the Anthropic CEO. Can we watch it? Yeah. No. What's his name? Anthropic CEO. It's not Karpathy. Let's watch a little bit with audio.
Don't expect their children to make it to high school.
How does AI understand pretty much everything?
It's surprisingly straightforward.
Intelligence is about recognizing patterns.
Patterns.
If you have learned those patterns, you can generate new information. AI is moving so fast.
It's being deployed prematurely. There's so much potential for things to go wrong.
Why can't we just stop?
All these companies are in a race
To get AI that's vastly more intelligent than people within this decade.
China, North Korea, Russia.
Whoever wins is essentially the controller of humankind.
We need to take a threat from AI as seriously as global nuclear war. It feels like I have to find these CEOs and get them in the movie.
Great. I want to ask you to promise me that this is going to go well.
That is impossible.
Okay. Am I hopeful? Yes. Am I confident that it'll go right? Absolutely not. AI is the thing that can solve climate change.
We could cure most diseases.
What if it's expanding what is humanly possible?
This is the most extraordinary time ever. The only time more exciting than today is tomorrow.
I already love you.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
By using AI, we're about to move off of the Earth into the cosmos.
If we can be the most mature version of ourselves, there might be a way through this.
This is the last mistake we'll ever get to make.
I really love to see this film, especially if they have interviews with Demis and Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei.
Amodei, yes.
Yeah.
So this is going to be released in theaters March 27. I wonder if they will release it here in the UAE. If they do, gonna grab my popcorns and gonna watch it in the cinemas. If they don't, gonna watch it online. No matter how it's released. Let's talk about this AI documentary, the most urgent film of our time, or how I became an apocalyptimist.
What is that?
Apocalyptic.
You are optimistic
apocalypse,
about an apocalypse?
An optimist. Apocalyptimist. I'm optimistic about an apocalypse. No, I think it's basically a play on words saying that this could go very wrong or very right. And I agree with them. And I think this is what everyone's trying to figure out. It's important to have documentaries and films made like this. I do hope that the directors and producers spend enough time to go to the most notable figures on both sides. I hope it's not biased. I just hope they do go talk to the people who believe it's going to go very right and talk to the people who believe it's going to go very wrong. And then as the viewers, we can make our own judgments. And I think that will be the best way this documentary could be done. I do also want to add something. What I do like is the way they did the trailer. They start with a negative to get you hooked because people like fear-mongering and people respond to fear-mongering, right? We listen to the news because the news can sometimes be negative and that gets us riled up. If it's just all positive, no one's going to care. So they started it that way and then they ended it with a positive note on how it can help humanity, science, tech, and exploration, space exploration, things that humans were never able to do or would have taken
problems that we could never solve.
Or that would take us hundreds of thousands of years. We can solve them in a span of 1 year or 5 years. Just like the robot example, just like CyberCab. CyberCab was supposed to come 2027, came 2026. The robots, the difference in their motion you saw in 1 year. That's what AI is enabling us to do. Can we cure cancer? Can we go to all the other planets that we don't even think we're capable of right now in a matter of 10 years? So many, many things that we can do that scientists and engineers and artists would have loved to do, but it was impossible.
But let's fix Will Smith eating spaghetti first.
That one is fixed already.
Yeah.
That one is fixed already.
Seed Dance 2.0.
We covered it.
By the way, covering the Seed Dance 2.0, I just heard today Netflix also launched a complaint towards ByteDance.
They did?
Yeah, because of Stranger Things alternate ending.
Oh,
That was
because
a great
it was better.
ending.
Because
Yeah,
it was better.
It was way better than the current Stranger Things
if you
ending.
watch Stranger Things ending, you would have been disappointed because the entire series was amazing, and the ending, when they were supposed to go for the boss fight, Demogorgons were missing. You had this massive land with no Demogorgons. If this was a video game, you'd fucking have the Demogorgons attacking you. They didn't have it in the fucking series ending. And so with AI, they made it?
Yeah. And it
With the
looks really-
Demogorgons.
Pratt, can you actually look for it?
Yeah.
Stranger Things Seed Dance. I think it will come up. This is great ending. Great fight, actually.
All right. So while we look at this, I'm going to...
yeah, it's that one. No, watch.
Is it this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
look. Vecna.
No, it's mine. Oh.
Well, there is a fight. Demogorgons. Good fight.
Okay, all right. It's
No, not that.
Oh, well, let me see. Oh, damn.
Yeah, try harder.
Okay, damn, this looks okay. Looks pretty cool. Oh, it continues.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, Netflix, I think this video went viral. Netflix also started complaining. But bro, they scraped the shit out of Netflix category.
But it's not even about the scraping, because so many other models did scrape, but they did it so well. The characters look exactly the same. Their
Yeah.
audio is a bit off, but the characters look exactly
Audio
the
is
same.
always give it off.
Bro, look at this shot.
Not bad, right?
This is pretty good, to be honest.
Oh, they killed 11. I didn't see that part. Okay, we are gonna keep the spoilers for everybody to watch it later on. We have one more thing to cover, Faraz.
Apple's new rumored wearable products.
What are the products that they are releasing?
So this is interesting. Let's talk about this. Apple's new wearable products. I'm just pulling up the article here, if you don't mind. If you notice me wasting time, it's
Glasses.
because I'm
Okay, I'm gonna
You're
tell
stealing
people.
the spotlight.
Glasses, pendant, and camera AirPods. What does a camera AirPod
So no
means?
AirPods with camera. So
how
wearable
where they gonna
glasses.
look?
Wait. Wearable glasses.
Glue?
Wearable
bloopers?
glasses.
You wanted to create a folder
Brad,
of
do
bloopers?
not add that. Do not add that. That doesn't count. Wearable glasses. That's like your
Ray-Ban Meta.
Ray-Ban
Yes.
glasses. AirPods will have cameras on them.
Where?
At the sides, of course.
So you're getting side angles?
Yes, I'll explain why. And a pendant, like the humane pin. Something that you'll attach here with a camera and a microphone and a speaker.
Just like I said, that would be hard to know.
Let me explain. So this article is by Mark Gurman, and he talks about these rumored products. And before I even tell you about the rumored products, the details of it, and why you should be excited, I actually asked Grok about Mark Gurman. I said, hey, tell me about Mark Gurman and how often he has been right about Apple upcoming updates. Brad, you don't have to search this. I will read you what the response is. Mark Gurman is a Bloomberg tech journalist renowned for Apple scoops since his teens. He authors the Power On newsletter and has an 86.5% accuracy rate on Apple rumors. So you know he's right pretty much most of the
He's
time.
an Apple insider.
Or he's got insiders in Apple. He doesn't work with Apple. He knows people inside. Who knows who, but they've got people. Why is this exciting? Let's talk about it. So the wearables technology, of course, we know it's been going on for at least a couple of years. First, Oculus came out, and it was primarily used for gaming. Meta bought Oculus. They decided to launch their own VR headsets. They adopted a lot more gamers, but it still was a big problem for a lot of people to put on these bulky headsets.
No, I don't even consider VR as wearables.
No,
Do
so
they consider-
I'm getting to it, right? I'm getting to it. They had the VR headsets released for Meta, which got lighter over time, but the whole concept of disassociating yourself from the physical world was scary. A lot of people can't deal with the fact that they're suddenly switching off the physical world and going into another world. Lots of concerns about it. So it stayed sort of in the area of developers and gamers and enthusiasts. You didn't really have the average consumer go into it until Apple came up with the Vision headsets. We saw how on TikTok, on X, on YouTube, people went crazy. People were wearing it in the metro,
But
in the
it was
subway.
a hype, right? It died.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many people adopted it, but there was not enough applications for it. And again, the same problem of having a power bank attached to you with a wire too much. Now we get to today. So Apple has been eyeing the wearable space similar to Meta Ray-Ban glasses. We know Snapchat had their spec glasses.
Spectacles, yeah.
But there wasn't much use case for it in the real world. I think the one that got the closest was
Meta is really good. Meta is doing a great job, especially integrating their AI model to the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, and the fact that you can talk to the Meta Ray-Ban glasses and listen to music, take photo, even ask questions. They opened up a new category in wearables.
Especially with their latest Oakley models.
Oh, that looks cool.
Our
as
friend
well.
Alex, he loves to have different sport activities in his week. He does surfing, he does paddle with us.
Jetboarding.
And jetboarding. And he loves to have his new Oakley Meta glasses where he can record the paddle experience, the jetboarding experience when he goes out with friends. And that is why he has the wearables. On top of which, the speakers were incredible.
Oh, yeah, the Oakley one was really good.
I had him on and he played music for me and people around me could barely hear it. It was very subtle, but it felt like I was in a club. So listening to music while you have sunglasses on that block sunlight, if that's what you choose to do, and you can record your sports activities and you can talk to Meta about anything that you want to talk about, the LLM, it's insane. And I know more and more people are going to adopt it. But what's interesting is that Apple hadn't gotten into that space till today. And apparently they're eyeballing it, they're looking at it, and they want to get in there. Which LLM they're going to be using, I'm unsure.
No, they are in contract with OpenAI and Meta. So one of those.
Both of them?
Yes.
Meta or Google Gemini?
I think
Pratt,
the article,
can
it mentioned OpenAI or Meta.
Now, the glasses are great. They're going to be feature rich. They're going to look luxurious.
How do you know?
Because Apple does that all the time. But what is interesting now is the AirPods with the camera and the pendant. Why AirPod with the camera and pendant? Of course, the camera on the AirPod is not going to be as great as the one in front of you because you're trying to use your front angle to record. Why would you probably need your side angles? I can't even think of a reason why. But if you think about an experience that you can have with your AI model that allows you to have contextual awareness around you and be able to talk to it to allow you to have a more enhanced experience of life. So if this was a futuristic movie, right, you'd walk to a store, and when you're walking into a store, you're looking at items. Let's say you're buying some pills for someone who is sick in your family. You look at the pills, you have no idea what the pills are. You look at the counter, the person in charge is busy with 3 other people in line. You have the glasses on, you're like, hey, what is this pill about? The glass describes it to you.
You can do it now.
And this you cannot do, what I'm about to say. Someone did it with OpenClaw and Meta. They created an automation where said, can you put this on my Amazon list?
Yeah.
So it connected it to OpenClaw and connected it to his Amazon so you could buy it directly by just looking at the item, which is really cool. So Apple's going to allow you to do stuff like that in the future with their agentic AI.
No. Apple Pay, bro. You have Apple Pay integrated.
Even better.
You can
Even
do
better.
it on your Apple Watch, but I still don't get why you need cameras on your AirPods.
I know
Overkill.
for the pendants. For the pendants, I know.
Of course, you're looking ahead of you.
No. Okay, so the sides, I don't know. Can you
There is
take
no
a guess,
point.
Pratt?
No point.
No, there is a point if they say there's AirPods
No,
with camera.
unless they want to watch 300, like 180 or 360, but I don't see any point having cameras on AirPods.
The pendants, we had Rourke on our podcast, and he told us that he wore a specific pendant owned by another brand.
That was audio only.
Discontinued.
Yeah, that was audio only.
Audio only. The pendant heard you talk for a week or 2 and trained itself on your behavior, on your preferences of your character. And after a week or 2, when it's trained on your character, it starts becoming your friend, your AI friend. And what it does is it helps you create a persistent contextual memory of everything that's happened in your life. So for instance, say you have your girlfriend's birthday coming up, and you're supposed to buy her a gift. You forget, but the pendant doesn't forget. The pendant remembers when your girlfriend said, hey, I want this for my birthday, or I hope we can go to this restaurant, and she may have told you this a year ago. Now, a year later, the pendant says, hey, by the way, your girlfriend's birthday is coming up next week. She told you last year in a conversation that she'd love for you to book this restaurant and get her these flowers. I just want to remind you in case you forgot.
Are you the PR of all these companies that we are discussing?
No,
today?
I'm just telling
Why
you.
you come up with all these euphoric
Let me give you another example. Let me give you another example.
My memory is great. You
Let me
play
no
with
no.
my
It's
memory.
actually, I think every person's memory has been declining since we started using our smartphones.
Sure.
Because naturally we rely on the smartphones
So
for everything.
let's decline it
even
more.
No, I'm not. Again, I'm telling you what the use cases are. Okay. Privacy issues, fuck yeah. Something watching everything in front of you and hearing everything you say is insane. It's nuts. I'm just telling you why the products are being created. There's a negative side to every technology. I'm not denying that. I'm just telling you, even for our business. I'll get to that later.
No. Are you gonna wear one? You are marketing it.
A pendant, no. Just like how I don't have an Apple Watch.
Okay.
I don't like an Apple Watch because I don't want to be reminded of things all the time. I like the fact that I can put my phone away and have my own time where I'm not being notified by the entire world for news that I do not need. So the same thing is probably true with the pendant. I don't want to attach myself to something. As much as I manage to control myself, I don't have a Whoop. I don't have an Apple Watch. I don't want that attachment. I can put my phone aside. But people have a hard time putting their watch aside or their Whoop aside. And I think it will be the same thing with the pendant. I would probably not use it. Okay. But I'm telling you why people would. It can actually be very helpful. You go to meetings. Right now, you need the note-taker app on your Google Meet. No, it's just there. It listens to everything. It knows everything.
But nobody dares to talk to you in the meeting when you're recording everything.
Great. That's actually a good thing. That's actually a good thing. If they say anything fucked up, you have it on record.
How many times you want to
like
talk
Epstein
behind
can't happen
someone's...
anymore. Everyone's got a pendant now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
too much.
I think work-wise and relationship-wise, it can have a lot of benefits. It can also have a lot of downsides. But this is happening, guys. There's gonna be the plan.
Apple, please sponsor Faraz to have the first pendant, so he's gonna know. Actually, I don't want you to have the pendant because the only thing you're gonna record
it's pointing
is me.
towards you. Yeah.
No, you can't have it. But
I also think
it's
gonna make people really uncomfortable if everyone's wearing a camera pointing at you.
That's
But,
weird.
ladies and gentlemen, behold, if you go back 30 years in history and tell people who were at a concert to look at what we're doing in a concert today, everyone is like this to the DJs and the bands. They're going to be weirded out by what we're doing. I'll guarantee you 30 years from now, the next generation is going to be so cool with pendants.
That's true, actually.
We're the fucking boomers sitting here and saying, oh my God, privacy. They're going to be like, privacy? What do you mean? Yeah, pendant. I'm recording you, you're recording me.
pendant.
So
that's true.
With every generation, people are different. You know what I'm saying? What we're doing today is weird to people 30 years ago. So I'm not denying that there are privacy issues. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that there can be downsides. Just like the AI documentary is trying to take both sides, right? The good and the bad. I think there's going to be the good and the bad. But all I'm saying is that there are 3 products rumored to be coming out for Apple.
Probably there will be an announcement in March. I heard there is an event that is going to happen and all the new products will be announced during that period.
I wrote 2 bits of the article that I want to read for you before I forget. This is straight from the article. In the longer run, AI is expected to change the way customers use their phones, with more activities shifting to peripherals. So we're talking about glasses, watches, rings, pendants, AirPods. Meta's glasses have already become a hit, and OpenAI is developing a series of devices, including wearables, with the help of ex-Apple design chief Johnny Ive and other former Apple executives. We haven't heard from them since they released their launch partnership. Because Johnny Ive is the reason why we have the MacBook and the iPhone and the coolest designs in tech. And he's working with Sam Altman, I assume tirelessly, on new products, probably wearables, and things that we can have in our homes and studios. So expect it, it's coming. And the next paragraph is, in an all-hands meeting with employees earlier this month, Chief Executive Officer Tim Cook hinted that the company would be pushing hard into AI devices, saying Apple is working on new categories of products that are enabled by artificial intelligence. We're extremely excited about that.
We too, but I really hope they had their own AI model, at least.
If Steve Jobs was there,
He wouldn't let that happen.
I guarantee you, Apple would have their own AI model. If
100%.
Steve Jobs was there, Apple would have had their own AI model.
100%.
For whatever reason, they're falling behind this AI race, but maybe they can catch up. Do you think they will ever have their own large language model?
Too late, bro.
No, it's never too late. There are Chinese companies that pop up out of nowhere with their own LLM.
Actually, there's never too late. They might come up with a very good one.
Do you think, actually, they might come up with their own LLM?
No, but every once in a while, their entire AI department resigns. So I think they have leadership issues. I think it was a few months ago that their entire AI team resigned at the same time. So I wouldn't know.
What do you guys think? We talked about so many different topics today, and we're always curious to see what you guys have to say. We'd love to read your comments, love to respond to them. So let us know in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this episode, it means the world to us. If you guys could go ahead and share it with your friends who you think might also be interested. Farhad, when do we come back?
We are going to come back on Friday. So if you are watching us on YouTube, please subscribe. If you are watching us on Spotify, you can follow us on Spotify and leave a 5-star review. And if you are watching us on X, you can also follow us on X. See you guys on Friday.
Ciao.